Hey guys, I'm Ashley Pickens here in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, I've been in real estate since 2006. As a real estate agent, I've also been a broker over a firm. But for the last almost 10 years, I've been your auction mama. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, sold at the courthouse. I auction off foreclosures. So let's talk about one of the surprising factors that might end up driving an increase in foreclosures. And it's not really surprising when you think about it, but let me see where we're going with this. So the surprising factor that's driving up home foreclosure rates. Okay, so here's a little story about Colin. He lives in Idaho Falls, Idaho, if I could talk. Okay, so his home flooded 2 years ago. His first instinct was to fix it. He had bought the home during the depths of the pandemic in the summer of 2020 for $209,000 with the $7,000 down payment. In May 2023, a flash flood hit his neighborhood and wiped out the house. Wow. Sorry, Colin. Undoing its entire foundation and filling the basement with 7 feet of water. God, I know his feelings was hurt. His Lamprey was told that the repairs could end up costing as much as the house itself. Because the foundation was heavily damaged, he would potentially have to lift the house and replace everything underneath. I wanted to save the house. If I had sold it right before the flood, I would have made $100,000 on it. Lamprey, who works in the food industry. Okay, to add salt to the wound, because baby, you know somebody gonna always come with a salt shaker. The homeowner's insurance policy lacked, y'all already know what I'm about to say, lacked flood coverage and was not going to reimburse him for anything. Baby, here, take the keys. Baby, here go the keys. Thanks. We're going to start over. He didn't have separate flood insurance since his home wasn't in a designated flood zone. Baby, Colin, y'all better go check on Colin. Because his mother, who had flown out to Idaho to help, told him not to spend another dime on the house since he was likely to lose it due to the high cost of repairs. A lawyer he hired recommended he file for bankruptcy. Colin, sometimes life just punches you in the face. It punched Colin in the face. Life be lifing. You don't want your whole life ruined by this. Lamprey soon declared Chapter 7 bankruptcy, seeing that it was his only way out. You guys. So, foreclosure risk is rising due to the direct and impact of flooding, wildfires, everything that's going on, you guys. And a lot of these people don't have insurance. You see these insurance companies are dropping people. So, that is what they're thinking is going to cause an increase in foreclosures. So, it says weather-related foreclosures across the United States could jump 380% over the next 10 years because of weather-related incidents. By 2035, weather-driven events could account for up to 30% of all foreclosures. 30%, golly. So what are climate-driven foreclosures? Weather-driven foreclosures happen when extreme conditions damage homes so badly that owners can't afford the repairs or insurance costs. Right? Let me tell you something that still does not sit right in my spirit. Right? I don't live in California. I have never lived in California. Right? Y'all know I want my beach house in Florida for $22.37. I digress. But let me tell you, when I saw those wildfires in California, it just did not sit right in my soul. Can you imagine? How am I looking at my house burned to the ground, and when I turn around, I can see the ocean? Like, I can literally see the Earth's swimming pool 5 feet from my house that's on fire. Somebody go get a bucket. Get the hose. Put some hose together. Water hose. Put them together. But I understand that's just not how it works. But I'm just saying, I would really feel some type of way if my house is burning down and I'm literally like, the tide is literally coming in front of my house. But that's just me. That's just me. And what do? I've always said that when the house is burned down in California, are you still going to keep paying your mortgage on a house that's not insured? Your insurance carrier dropped you right? And you still have to pay a mortgage, and you got to find some place to live and take care of your... Y'all can come you can come pick up these ashes if you want to. What would you do? What are y'all thinking? What are you seeing? I know investors are circling California right over there right now, but a lot of those places aren't going to be able to rebuild. You know what I mean? What would y'all do if your house burned down? You probably won't be able to rebuild. If you are going to rebuild, you're going to have to rebuild out of pocket, right? Because insurance, you don't have insurance. Or if you do, it's not going to cover the cost to rebuild. And you still have to live right now, right? Are you going to keep paying that mortgage? Or are you going to sell to investors? What you going? I guess it just depends on your bank account situation, right? That's what it all depends on. What can you afford to do? So, First Street project lenders will lose $1.2 billion this year alone, with losses climbing to $5.4 billion annually by 2035. For every 1% increase in insurance costs, it estimates foreclosure rates jump by roughly 1% nationwide. They're saying, like, when a disaster hits your house and you can't afford it and insurance doesn't cover it, foreclosure, what was it? I think they're saying almost 5,000 or almost 6,000 people are behind in California from those wildfires, are delinquent on their loans. I think they said almost 6,000 people haven't paid their mortgage. I don't blame them. I don't blame them either. It says Florida faces the biggest risk, with 8 of the top 10 counties for the highest projected credit losses. Duval County alone could experience $60 million in losses from 900 foreclosures in a severe weather year. It's still people trying to build back from hurricanes and tornadoes and wildfires. It's still people in the east side of Tennessee and South Carolina and North Carolina. However, the impact goes beyond coastal areas. Heavy rainfall and river flooding threaten inland communities too. Properties outside official flood zones saw foreclosure rates climb to 52% higher than those inside protected areas. If you don't protect yourselves, then when the event does occur, it's completely on you. You end up having to pay out of pocket, and you may go into foreclosure. When buying a home, ask about flood risk, even if you're not in official flood zone. Somebody commented that they were looking, I'll have to figure out who it was. Somebody commented on my last video saying they were pulling flood reports, and that's why they were not bidding on houses, because all the houses ended up being in a flood zone. So, you guys, weather-related risk. Tell me what y'all would do if you lived in California and you lived across the street from God's tears and your house burned down. Would you keep paying? Would you sell to an investor? Would you just sell? Or are you going to keep paying that mortgage on them ashes? I don't know, you guys. But I get it. I get it. And it's still people recovering, and insurance are dropping people like flies because they don't want to cover people insurance. And then they charging you an arm, leg, and thigh for insurance. And then they don't want to pay anything. They make you jump through hoops to try to get your check. I don't know, you guys. But 380% increase in foreclosures, on top of people just getting laid off, people just being behind and everything. Gosh, we're going to see foreclosures increase for sure. For sure. So, you guys, that's it for this video. I will link it down below. You read it. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? Y'all live in a flood zone? I don't live in a flood zone. I live in Memphis. I live in a war zone. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. Don't believe everything you see on the news about Memphis. Only some of it. But you guys, that's it. That's all I got. I'll link the article down below. Y'all check it out. Y'all know I'm on Instagram. Your Agent Ashley on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who's coming from YouTube over to Instagram, from Instagram to YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Let me know where you live. Y'all got flood insurance on your house? You got insurance on your house, or did they drop you? You know what I mean? Let me know what's going on where you live. Tornadoes, hurricanes, wildfires, iguanas, mosquitoes, heat. What y'all got going on? Because it's hot here in Memphis. But anyway, I digress, you guys. That's it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.